Sifu Esports, where gamers unite.
I don't know. Let's find out. Game number 1 starting right here, right now. Shopify, their first game of the group stages of the International. We're excited to watch them play. Meanwhile, Thunder, I'm excited to continue learning. It feels like they've taken that draft from game number 2 and said, all right, we almost got it. We almost figured it out. Let's keep going on that. Let's work on that. So, again, they've isolated what they want to do already, and they're going to try and push that a little further. Let's see how it works out for them.
Yeah, I think for Thunder Awaken this time around, it is going to be Illich on the Spirit Breaker. How quickly can he get to the sweet spot on the hero? The phase boots, the Yashakaya, the Aghanims, ripping through the map, killing all the heroes. And then it's, wait, how do we kill the Bristleback with the save of the SD plus the Dazzle? Positioning and aggression is key to Thunder Awaken if they are to get themselves in this game.
Yeah.
And right now, both teams posturing, looking to go for the runes. Nothing too crazy. Should just be a 2-for-2 split.
Yeah, and a lot of things I said about Shopify Rebellion. Oh, T-Gov. Unlucky.
Oh, into instant D-Ward. Oh, damn. Oof, what a start.
Yeah, Knight's balling. He's loving life. What a gamer. That's a hell of a start. So, yeah. A lot of the things I was saying about Shopify definitely apply to Thunder as well, but just not quite in the same way. It's not as clean, you know?
It isn't.
Like, swap versus disruption is kind of like, I'd much rather have swap.
Yeah, that's true.
Magic damage, you know, like Spirit Breaker magic damage versus Lina magic is like,
But you do have disruption against Luna, so then you're able to take the copies of the Luna, force her itemization to maybe be a little bit different. She won't rush towards Butterfly, potentially. Skadi, of course, is very good in this game. But yeah, it's again a lot of questions that Shopify will need to answer, but fundamentally just team play is going to be the solution. When do they group up? How do they go for their first Roshan? And Abed, he is going to be the biggest playmaker of the team. I hope to see the magic build with the Blink Dagger, Aether Lens, and just non-stop be like, hey, you showed for a second? No more disruption. SD's there. Yeah.
Kind of interesting how this mid lane goes as well. I know that Dazzle is kind of hard to lose lanes with, but then Lina has always been just the number one, the day one of owning lanes. So
it is a classic for sure.
I want to win lane. I pick Lina. I use Dragon Slave. La 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 la. No brain.
Nice one. Saturn did. He started with a couple extra denies, using the Shadow Wave to just manipulate the HP, getting that extra denial too. But yeah, I'd be surprised if we see any kills here. It would take like some egregious aggressive positioning, but either the mid laners to go down and they'd like getting pretty low top. I mean, Shopify, they started
he's not super healthy. Wow, coming back in though. that's brave, but
I mean, if you saw the start of the lane, Saberlight was already like right in the face. He's like getting the extra deny, had a slight CS advantage, and at any minute in this lane, I think either side could go down, right? You've got double-edged spam into magic missile spam. On the other side, you've got quills into inkswells and stroke of fates. It's a very explosive lane from both of these teams, and if you're Shopify, you don't want to be giving away the kills. Like, as soon as you give Bristle any early lead, it will just accelerate their ability to group up whilst Luna's still catching up her farm, or not catching up, but just farming her key 2 or 3 items that she needs to then try and break the game. Yeah, not being too aggressive here. Just trading the farm.
It's something which we've seen though, like, oh, bottom, low. She's getting kind of low here, but yeah, in comes the Phoenix once again. Actually, it might be Yellow. She's in some trouble. We've got a lot of Lucent Beam available, but he's not quite low enough to finish the job. And now Knight's going to come in from the side, but doesn't quite have the mana for disruption. Does now get the mana, but going to go for the Shadow Poisons instead. Wants to try and bring down RTZ, but that ain't going to happen, Chief.
So much resources used on both sides, but yeah. Lotus going the way of Shopify, so a little bit more regen for RTZ. They do need to be bringing out some couriers, though, I feel. Like, I'm not seeing Phoenix or Luna bringing out any regen. Okay, now some tangos are coming out. Yeah. Dicing with death.
A little awkward Inkswell on the top lane. Just trying to save him, I think. Kind of defensive Inkswell, I suppose. As they just continue putting the pressure onto the Bristle, but he's still doing fine. Leading CS, actually, so not bothered at all. That's the thing, like, Shopify, I think they've kind of fallen out of this recently, but something they really used to love doing was giving Saberlight last pick, making sure they always gave him a nice lane so the crit could go and do all the stuff on the map. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case this game, though.
Well, I think that...
not completely free.
I feel like Saberlight... Ooh, please hold.
Poison. It won't be enough. The one is there from Arteezy, and that's actually going to be Arteezy getting first blood as well. And now Fly swooping in, looking for more. Illich being chasing down. One more right click will be needed, not going to be used, as there will still a stick available as well. So the Spirit Breaker will survive, but still big win in the bottom lane.
And the value is a stick, right? One lane has a little bit more spam, and in doing so, they can make that turnaround play. Tango's now finally come out for Shopify as well. Nice little early kill there.
Absolutely. And this is so nice for Luna as well. Like, it's very... It's quite unusual to be getting kills in this hero in lane. You usually just go for this passive build, which Arteezy is doing at the moment. Lucent Beam into 2 points in Luna Blessing, not leveling the beam really. Just going for the passive. So if you couldn't get yourself a kill on top of that, then you just go into the jungle, like, so strong.
It helps, though, that they're laning into one poison. It helps them lane into, like, a Shadow Demon, right? If this was, like, a Willow or a Mirana or anything else that could combo with aggression with the Spirit Breaker, there's no way Arteezy's sitting here on 200 HP, right? But the odd poison spam, the aura, the fact that at any minute Fly could just come in with some Fire Spirits to take away the right click of Spirit Breaker. He could maybe bash once every second or so, but now if he's got really good RNG, but there is barely right clicking, one of the slower right clickers in the game.
Mid lane.
Play with confidence.
Crit tried to make a rotation in, but MJZ read him beautifully and was able to take him down with the help of Sladham. So rotation on the mid lane, not quite successful. And now the charge coming in through. Abed could be in some trouble. In comes the stroke of fate. Abed tries to turn around and get the kill into Sladham instead. Not going to happen. And the poison takes him down. 2 kills in the middle lane for the Dazzle. What a start for Thunder.
Yeah, what a move as well. He doesn't even have Grave on Dazzle. They just rotate in, don't have the damage output. And in doing so, Grim walks up, helps turn around the engagement. And a little bit surprising that the Spirit Breaker charging mid, it's Abed a little bit too far stepped up and does trade his life away. Crit respawns, comes bottom, tries to kill off Knight. Should very much be a kill.
Saberlight. Yep, Knight goes down, but over on the top side, they're finding another one. The Saberlight will be killed off, and Sladham all of a sudden just 3 quick kills in a row. Bam, bam.
Yeah. It helps as well that the aggression came to Sladham in the mid lane, so then he could just TP to Saberlight, who was extremely aggressively positioned on the off lane. But no, this is exactly what Thunder Awaken want to do. They want to make the map feel chaotic, to then allow for these quick TPs, Spirit Breaker charges. Shopify, they scale into the game. Pretty much all their heroes are very heavily item dependent, at least in the Tricore.
Well, so that's Fly they can tries to go for Knight here and grab the Wisdom Rune, but it's just going to collide with him, and now he will be going down. Spirit Breaker runs across. Yeah, lovely little bash straight away. And that'll put an end to Fly. Now, one really cool thing, if we look over towards Arteezy here, he's farming the stack, and who do you think made this stack?
Arteezy.
That's right, it's the man himself. During the laning phase, because they had such good lane control, he was just able to use this Lucent Beam to stack the camp for himself whilst continuing to farm under tower. So he didn't even need to take time away from the lane, using the range of Lucent Beam to stack the wave whilst laning. I've never seen that before. That's super sick, and now he's reaping the rewards from it.
I thought it was a trick question, to be fair. I was like, did SD stack it for him? Did he make a big blunder? I don't know.
It was kind of a trick question. You don't really expect the carry to stack camps during laning phase.
Ooh.
Knight, guess gets blasted to the face.
This is what you kind of
immediately picks the ward spot. There's no ward there.
Don't think you kill him. Oh, if Grim's here, you do. Oh, Stampede.
Helping out. Oh, that's set though. Yeah, Stampede's going to try and help out. Crit does go down regardless, and Abed can't quite finish the job onto Illich. Illich just going to go and TP away from this one, and Abed doing the exact same thing. Knows he can't fight with that Shadow Poison upon him, so just gets himself the hell out.
Yeah, I feel like for Shopify at least, they're kind of doing what you were mentioning, right? Like, they like to put Saberlight on an island by himself, free up Crit to make these moves, but just the moves aren't connecting right now. They're trying to gank a Dazzle, who's defensively positioned. You then have an any minute Spirit Breaker kind of offsetting that engagement, and in doing so, the kill feed is favoring Thunder Awaken for now.
Luna,
Going to bot lane as well.
RTZ in some trouble. Disruption comes in as Crit tries to help him out, but it's not going to be enough. Luna's going to fall regardless. Illich gets the kill, and they get themselves back. Nice pick off there onto the carry. Definitely a target you want to bring down a couple of times to stop RTZ just absolutely running away with farm this game.
Just really nice poking coming from Thunder Awaken. You go mid, get killed. Come bottom, instantly get the kills. Just dragging Shopify around the map, and they need to kind of just slow down the game a little bit. Set up their heroes correctly so it just enables them to farm, but right now it's just not happening.
Quick finger Crit doing the work onto Illich here, but Illich might still be able to get the kill. No, never mind. It does get blown up by Arbed, who's on the sidelines here. But Sladam coming in once again, once another, gonna find it. This Dazzle's going pretty nuts right now.
He's popping off. Kind of helps all the fights are localized in his area, right? Like he's not having to think about his TPs too much. And he's going straight for the Agnums. He's not looking for a Midas. He's not looking to greed it up. Get straight away, amp up your Shadow Wave, and throw your teammates into the fight. And we've not even had to mention Bristleback too much recently. He's very much on the way to Agnums. It does feel like Thunder Awaken should be able to hit their mid-game timing. Syncing up items was the biggest issue in that previous series for Thunder Awaken. But this time around, I think they have drastically improved it. You know, Shadow Blade for a Spirit Breaker, Ags for a Bristle, Ags for a Dazzle. It is their mid-game to make the moves and make all the plays. While Shopify clearly do need to make some recovery.
Like with the quill sprays being physical, and then of course like the Dazzle amplifying everybody's damage and making everybody low on armor. Of course, that's bad juju for you. Everyone that gets hit by a Dazzle spell, they lose armor. Whilst the Bristleback gains armor. Oh, that sounds like a brutal timing for them.
On top of it, like Spirit Breaker as well, if he gets the shard, the planar pocket, there's a lot of single target spells for him to soak up, right? Like if he soaks up the Laguna or a key magic missile, like that could be enough to go, wait a second, Bristle's not dead, or my SD didn't die. Now we can turn the fight, and the net worth is kind of teetering in 1-2k lead to Thunder Awaken. Of course, this isn't some like incredible like 5-6k start. Oh my god, it's their game, but it's at least moving in the direction of they should be able to control it.
Okay.
Illich is just showcasing why Spirit Breaker is insane. Like last TI, the hero was busted,
he got
but
a
no
first
one
hit
cared.
back.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Yeah, he just has good RNG. Like last TI, not fully ignored, but like no one really knew his power limits. He was busted. Some team, if they knew about Spirit Breaker back then, could have maybe took that TI from Tundra, but alas, now it's back to its true form with the extra bash damage in the previous patch. It's an insane hero. And once again, he charges onto mid lane Arbed. The charge is coming. He does have a tower though, so it's protected.
Yeah, positioning himself very well here as well. Knows the score. Knows that if he steps down into the river, this probably going to not end too well for him. And meanwhile, RTZ just continuing to try and farm up here. Has this Mask of Madness completed. Looking to go straight in for the Manta as well. So, really nice stuff coming out from him, but the Bristle, he's just a step ahead. Knight is absolutely rolling this game at the moment when it comes to money.
The question for RTZ in this game is, what's the perfect build for him? Because right now, like there's a Silver Edge for the break against Bristle. There's a Lincoln's to stop the disruption or the charge from the SD or the Spirit Breaker. You also need Manta for farm efficiency. You can't really go Butterfly because of the SD, and also it's not too perfect of a game. Scardy's in contention. Like I'm listing like 3 or 4 items that have different playstyles. It'll be interesting to see which one RTZ does land on in the end. And Crit, not level 6 yet at the minute 13, so he can't swap back the Spirit Breaker. The supports are just starved a little bit on Shopify. Self-inflicted though, to be fair. They have been making a lot of moves on this Venge, and in doing so, this is the repercussions, right? You just don't have the XP in Knight. Luckily, he didn't go down to the Ancients. That would have been hysterical. He nearly died to Tormentor. And I mean, he wasn't dying to Ancients, but again, could have been funny. Oh, crit!
Yep. He tries to go for the Spirit Breaker. Doesn't quite work out, and now the Spirit Breaker comes for him. Oh, unfortunate.
I have crit in my fantasy league. Come on, man. You got 4 dash. Wait, hold on. What was my stats for his? For
Hope you don't have the death stat on him, because that's not looking too hot.
Watchers taken, runes grabbed, and stuns. Okay, luckily he is playing a magic missile based hero. That's some stun.
yes. I've got Planet in mind, and they just won, so we eating good. Middle tower starting to take a hell of a beating here. Smiling Knight just hanging out in the middle lane all by his lonesome. I mean, his team are nearby within touching distance, but when it comes to hitting the tower, it's just him, and yeah, what can you do? Oh my god, he does.
He's had just a complete free farm game. Like, this is the best window right now for Thunder Awaken. Like, the fact that they're going to have the double axe, Dazzle on Bristle, the Shadow Blade's coming out on Spirit Breaker. There should be smokes, pickoffs, secure that Roshan, take it away from Shopify. Don't let them hit this like 20-minute ball that this draft easily could have hit if they were able to play a very methodical, stable laning phase. But Thunder Awaken, they did not allow it. They were very chaotic in both move and play.
Yeah, Abed's really kind of out of the show at the moment. He needs to come and bring himself back into the game some other way. It'll be really hard to get kills against this Thunder lineup. Especially now. They're going to be so close to each other. Unless, of course, you want to go for Smiling Knight, who's got 2,000 HP and...
oh, crit, no. He's TPing out.
It's gone. Oh, it was close. The Aghanims almost did it. The machine gun quills coming into play here as Abed being chased down as well on the bottom side of the map. So Saberlight jumping in on this one. They want to try and just bring down a support to start things off here. MJZ going to be that target as Abed does eventually fall. Turns around to get the Laguna Blade onto Knight. Knight also not falling here. I mean, they're using their spells, but they're just not connecting. And now Saberlight all alone as the rest of the team come cascading down onto the Centaur. Saberlight, nothing he can do. Stuns nothing and dies.
Just a 1-by-1-by-1. Like, you need to respect the map play against the Spirit Breaker lineup, and dragged so far around, and Arteezy goes top and instantly. Look who's there. Illich is like, let me go find an enemy real quick.
Dude, this play from Thunder, it's actually insane. It's insane.
They are just slaughtering Shopify on just map play. I guess the key thing here is Shopify, without the levels, most of their heroes kind of play for themselves, right? Luna wants to farm. Phoenix needs to farm a bit more. He hasn't got the big Sunray points to punish the Bristleback. Lena, even if she has a good game, she can't position in these fights.
Well, here we go. Eclipse is used. Maybe MJZ falls, although he's reached the limit on the Eclipse hits and he's not dead.
The bind.
Now, they need to get themselves away, but it's a beautiful soul bind coming out of the two of them. Here comes Bristleback from the sidelines as well. They've assembled on the side of Thunder, and that Bristleback comes dangerously close to Arteezy, rips through Saberlight. They want the big carry. They might not find him, though. Beautiful LSA coming out, but the Inkswell takes the stun off. Arteezy under tower, getting beaten down. The charge comes through, interrupted by the Lucent Beam. Arteezy fighting for his life right now, and they're a tier 2 tower. They won't bring him down, but they will take his towers instead. Shopify, they cannot bring a fight to the side of Thunder. They need to find another way to play this game.
Bristol has Ag Shard. It's 17 minutes in. He's got Vanguard. He's going to bring out the Voodoo Mask as well, just for an extra bit of spell lifesteal, inevitably to become the Bloodstone. Shopify, they just need to dodge every single fight possible and just pray they can get to a later stage of this game. Crit, he's had an absolute... I don't even know what word I want to use. It's just rough, hard, difficult game, and
stinker of a game.
Stinker, yeah.
That's what I'm going with.
Oh wait, but there eventually it turns around. He's got a wand, big one.
Surely he has to die. Surely he has to die. Spirit Breaker, he cannot survive this right now. And there we go. Laguna Blade to the face. A bit of Sid beef in the bottom lane as the cow goes down. But meanwhile, having Sid Roshan up on the top side, Roche is dead. Aegis now into the hands or paws or claws or whatever he has of Bristleback. And this guy was already feeling like he wasn't going to die. Now he's running down your lanes with the Dazzle behind you and with an Aegis in his pocket.
Yeah, I feel like for Shopify though, like it's only a 4k lead to Thunder Awaken. Like once the fights get back to their base again, as long as they can farm up until, let's say, if they can just prolong the tier 3 siege, if it gets to 30 minutes, I think they're going to be in a good spot to kind of create the same comeback potential that Bet Boom presented in that second game of Thunder Awaken's previous series. But the same logic applies, right? You're going to have like swap backs, you're going to have big bursts of damage, no real way of ending the game through building siege. Like Bristleback by himself will have to hit buildings into a swap with high cast range. That's why Thunder Awaken, they need to be so mindful of that. And I think for Shopify, yes, the game feels rough, but like Crit, he's already accepted. he's probably more a position 5 in this game, right? Like, oh, wow, you killed me, but this time I killed Spirit Breaker. He does it again. If they trade another kill, they're slowly doing the small things to get to the big ticket items. And Arteezy, he's looking to go for that Shadow Blade into the Silver Edge, get a bit of that break in play, and stop Bristle from being the unkillable boss that he currently is. Level 15 at the 19-minute mark.
Yes, the unkillable ball of hair and quills, which is running at you right now. And that's not even addressing the Dazzle issue. But I think we got to take this one step at a time for Shopify. They got a lot of fires to put out and only one bucket of water.
Oh, correct, run away.
Yeah, your tier 2 tower might not be as safe as you're hoping. There comes a charge. There comes everything coming down on him.
Oh,
blitzed.
No. So the Spirit Breaker was charging the creep wave, and then Fly just Icarus dived by the creep, which then hit through the charge. Oh.
Some days it's just not your game. You just got to accept that. You just got to go, okay. I'm gonna get upset and.
Oh, will Arteezy get the illusion rune? Saberlight's gonna die.
Oh, Saberlight. Yeah.
I think
Gonna try and get away from this one. I mean, there is no Nether Strike thanks to Fly drop in earlier, but the poison's upon him. Not just the shadow poison, but also the poisony poison. And down he goes. Illage grabs another kill. This Spirit Break is going absolutely crazy right now.
To be fair, it's not like the worst position though, because when you look at Arteezy, now he's top net worth. He's climbed the ranks. He also picked up an illusion rune. So if you look at the northern side of the map, these are Arteezy's illusions just soaking up this top farm as well. Like,
yeah.
If there ever was like a glimmer of hope for Shopify, it's the fact that this Aegis hasn't been them taking every outer tower, really choking out the map, stealing away the wisdom runes. It's been quite a respectful usage of the Aegis. Like, you know what, we'll give you a bit of farm. We'll still kill you a couple times, but not really the killing blow. I think the comms on Shopify are just throw bodies in weird positions and then hope that Arbed and Arteezy itemize well enough that when it does hit that eventual high ground defense, we can turn the Titan. I think for Thunder Awaken, they do need to be a little bit more ruthless in their gameplay right now, because I think they're just giving too much of a combat potential. I feel like the win rate right now is probably like 65%, 64% is my gut guess for Thunder Awaken. When potentially with these heroes, it could have been a completely different story. I'm going to check the win rate now.
How good is Luna, I guess is what it comes down to.
83%. Oh god, Dota Plus really thinks this is over.
Dota Plus is not a believer.
Not a believer, no.
Either in Luna or in Shopify or something, but I mean, it's scary. This Bristleback, I don't think a Silver Edge is going to be enough. I'll say that.
Yeah. It's kind of like you need Silver Edge plus Ags on the Lena and then have the Bristle positioned away from Grave.
Oh, good.
That's kind of like the territory of comeback right now for Shopify. Smoke up though from Thunder Awaken. Surika has completed the Aghanims. He can of course now charge debuff immune heroes, even though BKBs aren't in play.
Has been seen here. Charging the wave. Ooh, Shopify, is really something you want to go for. Arbed is not in the kitchen right now. You will be cooking without him. Routes of travel are available though, so he can come in if he wants, and they are going to try and make this one happen, and they're going to be able to take down the Lich straight off the bat. So Thunder Awakens do choose to fight. It will be a 4-on-5, but they're going to just hold them off with the egg here. It's almost like Shopify saying, like, okay, just give us a minute. Just give us a sec.
Oh, that felt like a very fatherly egg though from Fly. Like he's using the Sunray, like, back off, get away from me, get away from my Arteezy.
Get away from my boys.
If my Arteezy's going to farm and win me the game, get away.
Yep, we got our kill. You used your demonic purge. It's fine. So,
I mean, when you're behind,
honestly,
though, you do want to use spells like that, right? It's like you're kind of...
No, absolutely. I mean, that was a great series of events for Shopify Rebellion. Like, they got the kill into a Spirit Breaker. They relieved a little bit of a map pressure. And just buy themselves a little bit more time for Arteezy to keep on farming, keep on trying to get himself into the game, become a hero.
I like the pickup, though, from Knight. Of course, he had the Vanguard. He then disassembled. He's now turned it into a Bloodstone and a Lotus Orb, using the components for both of these items. And now that will obviously help with the swap situation. He can poke his head up, hit, Lotus. If you swap me, I'm not going anywhere. I can then walk back down the lane a little bit. But they need to be careful. The fact that Illich has died twice. But they're smoked up. They're looking for the fight.
They see Arteezy. They see the Luna, but Luna doesn't care. She blows him up, but here comes the charge. Illich connects onto the Luna. They need the rest of the team here, and they need him now. Where is the Bristleback? He's coming behind. He's lagging behind the fight a bit, and now they go with the Eclipse. They'll take down the Dazzle. A little bit of hope being shown, but in they go. Oh my God, the Blender has arrived. The Quills are here, and down goes Crit and Arteezy. Taken out together. Abed, he just needs to run. He needs to get himself away, but he's gooed up right now. Suddenly finds himself covered in snot. And now the charge comes in, and the damage is there. It's a triple kill for Knight. Bristleback is just owning. He doesn't care that his Dazzle's dead.
Not only does he just do an immense amount of damage with Core Spray, he also has like plus 300 bonus damage. Yeah. Oh. Sometimes you wish Matumba never retired. This was his patch, you know? Like, get him out of retirement, get him in.
Wake him up. Yeah, I mean, what? So they're in a great position right now, Thunder. They've managed to get themselves a good few kills. They've beaten down Arteezy a couple of times. When do we see them going for the key objectives? Next Roshan into high ground? Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, it does feel like the next stage is going to be key for Thunder Awaken. Just have that little bit of insurance. I think Shopify are doing a pretty good job at getting that one core kill to give themselves some lease of life in the game, but I feel like if there's an Aegis in play, it's... Wait, we swapped him, we killed him. Oh, he's now respawned. We don't have Sunray, we don't have Egg. There isn't that repositioning tool. So I think for Thunder Awaken, farm the map, keep preventing Shopify from being super efficient with how they farm. Next Aegis, smoke pick or straight into high ground. I feel like the next 10 minutes of the game is going to be a real big indicator if Thunder Awaken can close this one out. So again, this net worth has always been a little bit awkward. 6k, 5k, it's been really kind of in a balancing point.
Smoke up. Shopify Rebellion, they're on the hunt.
Ooh.
They're going for the Bristleback. They're going for the big boy.
They have the Silver Edge.
Oh, the whole team's behind him. It's going to be tough. Knight, they actually goes behind. Saberlight goes for the deep jump here, trying to catch out the Dazzle or something, but Arteezy's got different plans. They do take down MGZ. That's a lot of damage coming straight off the bat. Egg comes down as well. Knight, though, he's plenty tanky with the Bloodstone coming through as well. He's going to be absolutely fine. Shopify, do they go for the reset? They've been given some time to breathe here, and they're not leaving. Arteezy doesn't want to put the fight away. But Thunder, they're not going to give them a chance. They're going to back themselves away. They respect Shopify Rebellion, and they will leave.
They're still in the area,
though.
Silver Edge back up in 2
Still
seconds.
in the area. The swap's out onto Knight. He's just gone. Luckily, it was the support Knight and not the carry Knight. Sorry for the viewers at home. This is confusing, I know. Blame Thunder Awakens for naming two of their players the same damn thing.
It's cheaper on printing the shirts.
True. So they come stun immediately onto Illich, though. Knight just being held in position. And there's this the point where they try and go for him. I mean, they don't have the break available just yet. Can Silver Edge him if you want, but he's still got that Bloodstone. Arteezy's just getting cooked right now.
He's
moving towards the tree line, trying to get himself out, but the whole team's just chasing him down. The Luna is dead, and Knight's going to get yet another kill from him. I think Shopify Rebellion just stuck around a little bit too long. They tried to make the reset happen, but it just didn't work out for them.
I mean, there's a lot of layers to how Shopify needs to take the fight, right? They need Saberlight to jump the back to disjoint SD and Dazzle's positioning. They need Abed to be in position to either punish this SD or Dazzle, but also if Luna finds the Bristle with the break, to quickly pivot and try and go for that explosive blow-up pre-save. And Shopify, the fact that they're trying to make these plays whilst Egg's on cooldown as well, you know, kind of removing a hero from your roster to some degree. They're playing underneath Thunder Awaken Vision on top. They really were trying to push the limits of their heroes, but fundamentally it was just too difficult. And Thunder Awaken, they execute in the moment. They just drag the fight, really just take away the positioning so no one could help each other out. And that's where, yeah, this Spearbreaker Bristle lineup, they love these chaotic, wait, where's your construct? There isn't any. Let me just break you down. And yeah, second day just goes towards them.
You have to be so disciplined, don't you, to play against this draft.
There's a single mistake and then it's gone. Like, Silver Edge is actually so key here. Like, if Arteezy misclicks his Silver Edge, then suddenly the ability to fight is somewhat removed. And we'll see.
Watch that last fight. And he was just running away from the Bristleback with his Silver Edge available because he knows that, like, if he don't use it, like, the Bristleback doesn't care. Good Bloodstone and Quill stacks, like, he's going to heal regardless. Saberlight, maybe in some trouble here. Gonna have to pop the ultimate to get himself out of dodge. Blink now available, does get to safety. Arbed as well, gonna be able to TP out from this one. So dragging Thunder around the map is exactly what you want to be doing here, but now you gotta wait another 70 seconds for Stampede to come back and for you to do that again.
Now, the next item here for Arteezy is it's super important. Is he gonna go for a Skadi for extra heal mitigation? Will he go for maybe just more damage to try and go, if I break you, I'm gonna kill you? Like, Centaur's going for the Shivas, so he's already thinking about the heal aspect already with his items. And Arteezy not giving us any information with his quick buy. So got nothing to go off right now. Yeah, a little bit of a tease.
I'm expecting the Skadi. It makes sense. It's really good with this 20 talent as well. You get really long range, Lucent Beams, which can also apply Skadi to people.
It's weird because,
helps you play the fights much slower, but
this is also a game where, like, Hurricane Pike would have been cool as an earlier item, but, like, you don't want to buy it now, of course, because, like, into Spearbreaker, just having that pushback, cancelling the charge is always very nice. But there's no way he's going to buy it as a fourth item. It's, like, just a redundant item now for him. And even building range against a Bristle, like, I do feel like where he's itemized is very good. Like, I think most of the items I was mentioning he's gone for here, like the Silver Edge and Lincolns were the big two. It really is just what's the statement item now for him. Because I think for Luna, these are the items for Arteezy to want to play a fight. Now he needs to think of the item that allows him to win the fight with a bit of confidence. And
yeah,
it's
got to give him something, because right now Knight's up on the high ground. Bristleback, he's got an Aegis, another 2 minutes 20 on this bad boy. He's just smacking away at the tier 3 towers. You got to do something about this. You got to answer this. They do have a Fortify available, and they'll have another one when the tower falls. So that's kind of the timer for Arteezy. That's the dinner bell. So that's it. Saberlight has just dragged 3 heroes up to the top side of the map. Okay, will almost TP out. Does get caught eventually. So I don't think it matters what happens to him here. I think it's just value regardless. Am I wrong?
It does feel pretty value, to be fair. Thunder Awaken have spent quite a lot of time looking backwards, finding these pesky Shopify heroes who are constantly skipping waves and just doing weird things. And Knight is trying his best this time. Like, guys, I'm trying to end the game here. Can we please just stop looking back? Let's just hit a tier 3.
It would feel more value if it wasn't for the case that this Bristleback can just siege alone as one hero.
Oh. Arteezy used his Eclipse trying to kill off Illich. Illich has a gem now as well, so there will be no element of surprise for Arteezy. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Knight is still trying his hardest to get a Rax.
Yep, one tower has gone. Gonna refresh the Fortify. You don't want to use it against a Bristleback who's just slowly chipping it down, but at the same time, it's not that slow. There's nothing you can do about it. He's not leaving.
This is probably the most awkward Rax taken I've seen here at the Road to the International. My 3rd game, but it's still the most awkward.
Yeah, it's insane.
Come on, you've got this, King. Oh,
here we go. Swap back immediately, just dumping the whole kitchen sink into the guy. All right, they bring him down. What now? That is the question. You don't have break for a second life, so I have a feeling he just runs away. But without an Aegis, can he keep the siege going? Well, so far, so good. Dazzle Legion's going to come in and keep hitting it, but the Barrack is alive, and no Aegis on the side of Thunder Awaken, so...
We got to the spicy part of the game. There's no Aegis now. Like, the next time Knight walks up the high ground, if his Lotus isn't in play, the same thing's going to happen. But then Illich is in.
Oh, he certainly is. He's plenty tanky, though. BKB's out. Lotus Orb's on him as well. Can't really free cast on this guy. Any hero, it feels like, can do that on the side of Thunder Awaken and not be punished for it, which is absolutely insane.
Illich is just a madman. Like, this is true Spirit Breaker. Like, ooh, I'm in. Oh, wait, you went behind me. Then again, though, he is moving at, what, 1,000,000 miles per hour. He's got the 200 move speed talent on 20, plus the fact that the phase boost amps it up as well. Like, he can be in the fight in a matter of milliseconds compared to other heroes. Just need to keep that in mind. Can't get too carried away with how quickly he gets in and out. But Shopify, they are now smoked up themselves, looking to fight.
Eclipse is back. Let's see what they can do. Dazzle would be a great target hit, but it could be so quick from Sladam. My goodness, you're not catching this guy sleeping as he immediately turns around and brings down Crit. Fantastic work. And now on the sidelines, they do see Bristle back. They're going to try and bring him down. They are able to do so. The break is there. The damage is in. And the egg helps as well. And Knight is gone. Finally, they bring down the Hedgehog. But now they're looking to keep the fight going. In comes the Spirit Breaker. Tears our bed apart. And they just need to leave. Shopify Rebellion, they got the kill, but they could only bring down one. That does seem to be the issue here. And Sableye going to lead them on a merry old chase. Come with me, my friends, across the map. But the charge is there from Illich. That will put an end to his shenanigans. And Slams will finish him off with a big old Shadow Wave.
Okay. There it is. They kill the Bristle. Finally. They trade 3 heroes. I'm trying to decide if that's a win or not. I think momentum-based, a little bit of breathing room for Shopify. But the fact that it's like, we finally killed Bristle, and now Spirit Breaker, he's in his like end game level of items and play, right? Like, he's doing so much damage in these fights. He did what? 3,700? The Dazzle did 6,500? Like, these heroes, they're no joke. On top of that, we've not even mentioned it, but the Grimstroke can still go for the Aghanims. Illich is in the base again.
Hold on. Surely this is punishable.
Swap.
Surely they can catch him out. The swap is there. The damage is in, and
Why is he there?
yeah. He's a Spirit Breaker, T, Governor. You know this answer more than anybody.
That was rather illegal.
Well, it was illegal. He did get punished for it. It's feudal punishment here in the Dota world. That's definitely going to put a bit of a speed bump in the road for the side of Thunder Awaken to a kind of
It's a speed mountain. It's a massive thing. Just fed away a gem.
Oh, we had a gem. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's getting worse. But ooh, and Shard now and Luna as well picked up. We mentioned that earlier on, how that's going to be a pretty key factor in the late game. Like, yeah, 25% doesn't sound too much, but when you get to the late game, these percentages mean a lot.
So Nomad, we got a really interesting development with our TZ item, right? So he went for Satanic to make sure he can stand his ground a bit, but he's looking to go Butterfly because he disassembled the Mask of Madness. But there's a Grimstroke Axe soon to come into play, plus an SD, and he has no MKB. So he's potentially double amping both of the supports on Thunder Awaken if he is to complete this item. You could argue that maybe Bloodthorn could have been quite a cute item for the Luna in this game. Have the Mage Slayer, bit of tankiness, provide that reduction in damage. Nice Lotus here.
Very nice job on the Lotus Orb here, and now they can look to start the fight. Sableye going to be the target right now. Sunray's coming through, but it does absolutely nothing. Down goes Sableye. Buyback from him as Arbed and Artesia just trying to find a way to get into this fight, but there's not really any direction they can move in from. Oh, have managed to find the backlines though. They've managed to find Knight, but in comes a Grave out onto him, so he's going to be okay for the time being. Meanwhile, on the other side, Crit does go down to MJZ. Buyback's coming out from 2 of the Shopify heroes so far as Fly's Egg finally comes to an end, and Knight once again just taking place, standing in front of Shopify Rebellion, daring them to come for him. Come around the side, but in comes the Eclipse. Artesia is trying to go for it right now, but it's too damn hard. It's too much damage, and now the Drizzleback's on top of him. He needs to fight back, but how does he do it? Satanic comes out, but he's stun locked forever. Down goes the Luna.
Back already?
Oh no, he's just in the middle of everything right now, trying to fight this one up, but it's not going to happen. The Centaur, he gets torn down as well. And once again, the moment these fights get broken, it is just Thunder all the way home.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And Knight instantly into bot
look at
lane.
this, they're just ignoring Roshan, they don't care.
I think this is a really good read here. Just,
Oh,
Dazzle
Abed.
died though. Hold up, pause. No buyback on Centaur. He died back. Venge, also no buyback. That's a dieback.
That's true.
Radiant's top tower.
2 heroes out for the count, and Knight. He knows that if there's not at least 4 heroes alive there, there's no chance they're taking him down. So, yeah, doesn't care about Roshan, just goes straight in for the barracks. And again, the Fortify is there. It's kind of awkward that he has to stay on the lane with creeps on it to defend the creeps, so it's a bit strange. But nevertheless,
it was also just like a weird fight to take. Like, Shopify, they had exceptional vision up there. They have this triangle of observers, but to hug the tree line, to not find that clean jump, they weren't able to easily go, okay, Centaur initiate follow-up. It was Centaur dies, buybacks, don't worry guys, he's coming, let's try and fight again. It felt forced. It felt like Shopify, the best place for them to fight is under the discipline of their high ground. Allow Thunder Awaken to misplay at the steps of your base, utilizing swap and punishing their positioning. But instead they opt to actively seek the fight in an area where it's quite easy for Thunder Awaken to buy back TP, and if they need to, they didn't even need to do that. And on top of it, it felt a little bit forced from them. And in doing so, Thunder Awaken continued to have such an exceptional game 1 in this series. Looking to take the 3rd Roshan, Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher. Spear Breaker.
What a game.
Yeah.
I mean, what a game coming out from Thunder Awaken. Game number 1 of the day for them looked absolutely terrible.
Putting it bluntly,
it was brutal.
I think they have made a lot of improvement. Like, every game you're seeing the improvements, which is very cool to see from a team very fresh into their TI run and history, right? I think 1 player's previous TI, 4 players haven't. And often these types of teams, you don't really see adjustments mid-series, mid-game. It takes at least a day to do it. But this team, I think from game to game, you are seeing that slight shift in how do we want to approach this group stage. And this 3rd game for their day has been, of course, the best because they're winning it, but
yeah,
very enjoyable stuff.
My God, what are they going to be like on their 4th game? I'm pretty sure they play like 8 games today or something.
It's a lot of games. I think they're also
They're
playing
stronger.
first and I need to double check actually. I need to see if any teams are playing first and last. They are. Thunder Awaken is playing the 1st series of the day and the last series of the day. Ouch.
Well, let's just hope their power level continues.
They got like a 10-hour difference between their 1st and last series. Well, winning this one will, of course, fuel them into that final one. Swap back.
In comes the damage. The Bristleback's taken down for the first time here, but don't forget he's got that Aegis, so coming back in a minute. Meanwhile, Luna being stunned up for now. She needs to get herself out of this one. The damage is coming through, and then comes the Stampede. That's going to save for the time being, as well as the Glaze being used to mitigate some of that damage coming out. But Crit is already gone to the Dazzle. And Saberlight, he's in some trouble as well. The damage is too much coming out from Knight right now. He takes him down again. And so much damage on this Bristleback with this 25 talent. He's ripping through the buildings, ripping through the barracks now as well. You use your combo to kill him the once, but now you need to do it the twice, and without the swap available on the Venge, it's just looking impossible. Nice little stance to the 2 of them, but it's not going to make a difference. The top lane of barracks starting to fall. Only 3 heroes on the side of Shopify to defend with. And the Lunar Illusion as well. Just going to start going to town on RTC. He does just turn around and kill it off in like 1 hit, but meanwhile, Bristleback, he's dealing with the barracks. Yeah, sure, they get Illich, whatever. Mega creeps go in the way of Thunder Awakens. Nice. He's on the front. Eclipse is there, but in comes a Grave. They're keeping him alive for the time being. Another Hex comes out onto Arteezy. Arteezy, he's holding his ground, though, because they're not looking to fight him. They're backing away, but Sladam, he didn't quite get that memo. He's still trying to bring down Arbet. Arbet actually trying to TP back to the fountain. Might just make it in time, and Sladam will eventually get caught out. So, okay, they get a couple of exit kills. It's okay, but mega creeps.
Yeah, I think
That's a
this
big
fight
part.
just kind of proves to me that if Shopify just potentially sacked that previous Roshan attempt, farmed that next item, then they would have been in a much better position to defend this. And it kind of happened, right? The way they lost their 1st racks, the way they lost their 2nd racks, it's that kind of excitement of, wait, we actually got a kill on Bristle, to then kind of throw it away on the wider map. And now if you look at Saberlight, where's his item progression? He's been kind of close to Shiva's Guard for now, what, 15 minutes of the game? Like, these are all the small things that you need against this lineup with how much healing and kind of forward-pushing concepts that Thunder Awaken are bringing in. You need every little bit in your itemization to get you into the fight. But again, Shopify threw themselves into just Thunder Awaken territory, and of course they're going to take the loss, and on the fights at least. Not yet the game. They are playing into mega creeps.
I mean, I
They're
think
barreling it down mid.
I don't like to be a hater, T, but I'm not
Say
seeing
how
a way
it is,
back
man,
into
man.
it for Shopify Rebellion. This one's almost over. I think once Thunder respawn, they just control the map. Shopify Rebellion have to sit in their base. They're not going to do anything with these two kills they got.
You say that, but look at the buyback situation right now. Dazzle can't afford it. Bristle can't afford it. They've also shown with new items. So potentially, if Thunder Awaken get excited and lose a fight, they could technically lose the game.
Luna can end games, sure. Luna's
There we go.
always an end killer. If you don't have buyback, Luna can end
God.
games, yes, but
Basically, Shopify can win the game in the next 30 seconds based off of one misplay, or they just lose the game based on
which
Thunder
they
Awaken
don't know about to add. they
Correct.
don't know
And the
the
lanes
buyback
aren't even there.
situations.
Radiant's middle
Yeah.
tower
But this is their
If all
time.
of these conditions are fulfilled,
I'm just trying to give hope to any of the NA fans, you know? Like, this is, you know, SA's ruling supreme in this first game. Just trying to give them a glimmer of hope, what to look out for. And fair play to Shopify, they did look for that actual play. They were smoked up, and
Radiant's middle tower
with the creeps barreling down the lanes, this should be it for Thunder Awaken.
it's not just creeps
Tier four
barreling down
falls.
lanes. Thunder in the base right now, and now they've found Saberlight. Saberlight pops out ultimate, needs to get himself out of this one, but I'm not sure he's going to get a chance to. The blender goes off. Bristol
Phoenix
back
there as
shreds
well.
him to pieces. And now in the back lines, they've also caught out Fly. He's just gone as well. Does have a buyback available on the Phoenix. They're going to have to find a really cute entry into this fight, and I'm just not sure that's possible. Building's being destroyed, Swap is out, but the Lotus is there. You're just giving the Bristle a whole lot of HP. And now Hex is out onto Arteezy. Arteezy in some trouble. He needs to turn away, fight around right now. He needs to start getting off these glaives with the Satanic. I mean, he's keeping himself alive, but he's doing absolutely piddle of damage. And into the fountain he will go, but his Ancient is falling. Shopify Rebellion, they need to find a way to fight up into this right now because they are running out of health on that Ancient, and down he goes. Knight, he's just doing way too much damage, and there it goes. The Ancient will fall, and Thunder Awaken pull off a crazy victory here. What